Well, while we're waiting, we may as well come over to the MAM again, because I think you're finished. Yes. Turbo diamonds. We found that earlier, didn't we? We turned it down, but then thought, you know what? That could actually be handy, because I do have a lot of packaged turbo fuel. I'm not making it anymore, but I could. And at the very least, I could just pass it in temporarily, right? Might just take that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to take that. And then I've got one more hard drive on me at the moment. So what are you doing? Are you full now? No, you're just ticking over very slowly. But you're pretty much the only thing that we use rubber for. Hang on, let's think about this. We've got 40... Ah, we can also use rubber for this. I guess that's the other thing. We've run out of encased beams currently. Let's go fill that up. Keep that ticking over. Those are things that also can go into the sink if we want to. So we've got rubber here. Let's just move this over to here because these are probably more valuable, so that's fine. Screws we're going to need some more of. We'll put those back in there. Then we've also got rubber in here as well that was going in here for modular engines. Okay. Then there's also aluminium casings because we were also making remote or radio control units. Yeah, which we have a bunch of still. Those we could turn into turbo motors. Maybe that would be a better use. Maybe they would sink for more. We're just kind of trying to think of how we can get more points. Because I'm going to want to get that golden nut at some point. For now, let's just take these out. Almost finished. But in terms of rubber, if we were using... Okay, well this is probably a bad example. Because you are using 60 per minute. Yeah, okay, so that alone runs through everything. That's also 15 per minute modular frames. We are only making 4. If we had this dialed down to the point that we could actually sustain it, well, even 1 is 5 per minute of those, right? We could make more from something else. But otherwise we have these, which is only 4 per minute rubber. Okay. And 0.5 per minute modular frames. Honestly, this is probably a better use of the modular frames as well. I wonder, does versatile framework sync for more than heavy modular frames? Or the heavy... Yeah, heavy modular frames. I wonder. I'd have to look up about it because there's no table, I don't think, in the game that shows you how much they sync for. Yeah, it'd be nice if it told you how many points it was worth at this point. So then I'd be able to tell, like, is it worth it? It probably isn't, because this is an earlier thing. It's not requiring as much as this, so this is probably worth more. But then we can produce more of these, because we're only producing 1 per minute. If we do like 5 per minute, that's still less than what we're producing. At only 20 rubber per minute, so that's actually great. I have so many just sitting in... We're almost full, in fact. We have so many sitting in here. We can make 5 per minute quite easily without running out of anything. And in fact, that matches production. Oh, not quite. Because we dialed down, actually. 40 per minute. And over here, it's 30 per minute, so that's 70. And that's 90 coming through. So we can actually pull that up. Yeah, 15 per minute is what it should be. That's all backed up because we're not even using them. So this 5 per minute is what it should be, right? And even that's underclocked. And then we just end up with so many coming off the back here that were being used for magnetic field generators. Oh yeah, 5 per minute. Funny that. Okay, these probably sync for a lot though, right? So if we grab some electromagnetic control rods, which we've been making this whole time, and then we could also Somas loop them. We've been very free with our Somas loops. We make 2 per minute, but we're full. 2 per minute AI limiters go in. We make 3 per minute, so 1 per minute goes this direction, which goes down into supercomputers, which uses 1 per minute. So we're technically using all of them except that we've backlogged. So we've got all of these. Put all those in there. In fact, let's take out a stack to put in here directly. Get these started again. We could even Somas loop that instead of something else that we're doing facetiously, right? Pressure conversion cubes? Yeah, we're not producing these automatically. Because they require a lot of stuff. 1 per minute fused frames. We can barely keep up with that. Let's take those out for now and instead put it back in here. That's the other good thing, is that this is just an assembler, so we can just do bang, that, make 4 per minute of those, and then just sync them. We could also make more of these modular engines too. Research complete. Let's go check on that. Also, let's pull these out before it gets, poor thing gets confused. We've got 8 left there. And we've got 2 left there. That 7 is for you, right? Okay, yeah, 5 so far. And then we've got 2 more to go in there at some point. And that should be you done. Let's go put our Nobelisks away. Also, I have no idea whether or not I'm making too many nuclear pasta anyway. I'm predicating all of my stuff on, oh, I need, you know, this is how much stuff I've got left. I might end up with more. Okay, well, hard drive, what have we got here now? It's more just of the ingot stuff, which we don't really care about. Rescan. Oil-based diamond. Okay. Particle accelerator oil turning into diamonds. I guess that makes sense. We've just got so many different ways to make diamonds at the moment. 200 oil per minute becomes 40 per minute diamonds. Damn. That's a lot of diamonds. Sure, we'll take that. Don't need it, but I mean, we could just make them and just sink them. That's probably worth it. So you must be almost finished? Oh yeah, in fact. Oops. That's my bad. There's 1 more in here, but that's because there's some on the conveyor belt, so it actually does have more. Actually, you've got a much longer conveyor belt, come to think of it. Yeah, you have a longer conveyor belt. So I think we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waiting, as opposed to like 5 waiting. And then you don't even have a conveyor belt going into you. I probably should, to be honest. Rather than trying to balance it myself, let's just do that. And then that. And then this. And then we can put those in there. It'll immediately empty out. They'll just be sitting on the conveyor belt, but yeah, that's fine. 6 to go into there. Nice. Okay. And then we've got copper powder backing up in here. We have Mercer-spheres that we can just put away. We don't have any more use for Mercer-spheres. That's the irony, is that we have run out of technology to research with Mercer-spheres. The only thing we use them for is the Dimensional Depot uploader. I don't really need more of those. We go, yeah, Mercer-sphere. Doesn't even... because I guess it's not a resource, so it doesn't actually show up as a part. So we don't actually get to see, well, what do I use it for? Yeah, it doesn't show up. Interesting. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, there's nothing for it. It's not required for anything, it's only required to make the building. And it's literally just this one, and you only use 1. I feel there needs to be a few more things that the Mercer-sphere could be used for, quite frankly. It would mean that we could upload a bunch of stuff just randomly elsewhere in the world, and we never have to go and fetch it. I guess that's the advantage, like if you had my aluminium stuff all going in there. You've still got a manual step to pull it out of your storage here, but at least if I knew that 5 stacks were always going to exist, then I could just go yoink and pull them out without manually going to fetch something. There is that. Well, let's see if we can find that lizard doggo again, or a different one. There's bound to be a few around, right? I need to figure out whether or not I can, like, toss berries down for them. Collect a few more, why not? Because there is an achievement to tame a lizard doggo, and I have no idea how you actually do such a thing. But there was one over here. On the other side of my base. Just seemed to despawn at a certain point. After I pet him a bunch. Is he? Yeah, here he is. He's respawned. Okay, so let's not run for a start. Let's just go drop. Yeah, dog, 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 dog. Hit. I want to give you food. Berries? Hey, there we go. Okay, we did just have to feed him berries. And now he's happy. See if he's found anything. Doggo with long name. Yeah, sure, we'll call him that. Pick up. Okay. Well, I don't know how you're going to follow me when I fly. But, well, one way to find out, I guess. Well, we've got the achievement anyway. Now, other random achievements that I know about, there's one to, like, reach the world height. So I guess we just make a ton of foundations going up to do that. And just run power lines so we can fly the whole way. So, there's that. There's also building, like, 5,000 foundations. So, those are two that I can do at the same time. Let's go back to the awesome shop, actually. I can't even remember what I need from here. So, welcome back. Hi, thanks. Fix it specials. It's 1,000 for the nut. That's not too bad. That could be worse. Oh, you can just buy hard drives. Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. We have 39 on us, but I think I also have a few stashed somewhere. Yeah, we've got 62 here. Okay, you stack over 100. We've got the factory cart again. We could take that for a spin again. That's one of the other achievements, is like running over a creature or something. So I guess if we just find... I don't know if the birds count. You need to find like a hog or something. And then just bash into it, presumably. Oh, this is one of the big creatures. Maybe that'll work. Let's set you up. Unless this isn't the sort of vehicle that counts. Oh, I thought it doesn't have turbines or anything. No, it's me. It's my hover pack. Right. Does this work? Okay, I hit the creature, but it didn't seem to count. Because I'm fairly sure there was like hit a creature with a vehicle as an achievement. I think I need to make like a truck or something like that. Or the Explorer maybe? Okay, let's pack this up again. It is very useless. Oh, it does have an inventory. Oh, yeah, it's got a single slot. Let's pack that. So useless. Okay. Transport. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I can just make an Explorer. 12 inventory slots and a built-in crafting bench. Oh, but it needs fuel. Any fuel type. I'll make one anyway. I mean, I've got biofuel. Open crafting bench. How do I refuel you? Open crafting bench. There we go. Oh, yeah, fuel. Okay, well. Seems to work. Very small inventory, but... Okay, let's hit that creature with this. We burn through fuel very quickly. No surprise. There we go. Established on hit a creature with a vehicle. I'm not particularly proud of that, but it's done. There's also one to get run over by a vehicle. Unfortunately, this stops too quickly. What if I put it on a slope? Is it going to run downhill? And can I just get out and stand in front of it? It's going like 100 k's an hour, apparently. But yeah, it has too many good brakes. Like its brakes are too quick. But what happens if it's on the hill? Nope, it doesn't roll downhill. Okay. Does it count if I get hit by my train? This is very much just a case of find other things to do while waiting for the game to finish. It's just going to have a full load of uranium too. Can you put uranium, just raw uranium, into the sink? Because I just have a huge amount of uranium going through there. And I have no idea whether or not I can just send it into an awesome sink. It's one way to find out. I was setting up like manufactories and stuff like that that would allow me to make like waste and stuff, or make the fuel cores. Yeah, fuel rods was going to be a thing. And then I just kind of lost interest. The idea is I could feed everything from all the way up here. But yeah, kind of lost interest on that. Let's try putting an awesome, not shop, sink down. Let's just thwack it down there. There we go. Put a splitter. I guess we can even do like a smart split. Oh, we've got to get close enough to program it though. That could be a problem. It can connect, good. And then we come down here, we get a huge amount of radiation. Center is any, right is overflow. There you go. And you're not powered. You do eat up uranium. I should have done that a long time ago. I don't imagine it's worth much, but it does work. That big spike will be when I chucked in all of that fix, the trigons. Okay. Well, that's now using it at least. There you go. Mark 5. Let's just make it as fast as possible. So it just goes into the sink as fast as possible. Oh, my radiation level's sky. Oh, crap. I can't. Oh, crap. I'm dead. I am so dead. I forgot that deconstructing things was... Bollocks. I forgot that deconstructing things was going to put stuff into my inventory.
No personnel available at this time. Your call is important to
This is why I don't like doing stuff with uranium, because it's really annoying. As soon as it goes onto you, you can't just throw it away. You've got to put it into a container or something. Okay, I don't lose my inventory when I die, at least. I was never going to enable that option. Though it did make a box. I wonder if the box that it put there was actually the uranium. So, yeah, that's a thing, because you don't want to then immediately respawn with radiation on you. So I think the idea is then, yeah, you don't respawn with anything irradiated. It will go into that container. That container can stay there. I do not care about collecting that. Alright. Funny. I think that's only my second death. One was falling off the world. That is just having uranium end up in my inventory and not noticing. I should make some more filters. Use as a gas filter. Let's make 4 of those, which is plenty so long as I'm not holding on to uranium. Okay, we never got to see whether or not we could get run over by a train. That'll have to wait. We're almost finished. We're at 227. We're actually going to produce a lot extra, I think. Yeah. Oh, we're producing so many extra. What the hell? I'm producing like 200 too many. That's crazy. I think it's just because I had that number of cubes made, but I have too many pressure conversion cubes. Oh, that's a good problem to have. Nuclear pasta probably sinks for a bunch. If we save game now, actually, I'm curious. Manual. 101. Yep, just over the 101. Ah, well. If we'd sorted out our supply network earlier and thought to put in like foundries and stuff and to double all of that to feed the copper powder faster, then maybe, just maybe, we could have snuck it under 100 hours. Never mind. If I did this again, I feel I could definitely get it under 100. Just so I know more about keeping things going. Because early on, I was really constrained. Around here, there's like the iron at this point. I should have spread further away. Because there's more iron up here. Yes, it's impure, but so are these. Like, there's 2 impure. I was sticking with these 2 iron for so long. It took me forever to spread over here. And rather than feed it up here, I should have just consolidated production down here. There was too many things I was kind of limited on. And a lot of it is because I wasn't wanting to make too many things in case I didn't need them again. But I know now that you are always going to need them again. Okay, how do we feel about trying to get run over by a train again? Now we're going to actually have to go around the uranium area, I think, if I want to be safe about this. You are actually powered, okay. Let's branch you off from here up to here. The idea being that, yes, I've got the big ones, but I still want to have the little ones for flying purposes. I don't think I've even scouted off that direction properly either, come to think of it. And then it's going off that way. Let's go up this way. Just quickly. I know I was here to get run over by a train, but let's just explore up here a little bit. I wonder if there's anything down in the chasm anywhere. Let's make sure that we don't run out of power, that's for sure. And I feel that we want to go behind the waterfall, probably. Also, where does this go? Up into the hinterlands. Let's grab the Mercer Sphere. I need a few more of these to get the achievement, I think. I probably need another 10 or so. I have no idea where I'm going at this point. I bet I'll just find some other power lines at a certain point, though. Probably find that, oh yeah, I've been here before. Hey, here's the other big pit area. Yeah, there's some power lines down below me. I think I didn't quite get this far around before. Yeah. So we're filling in a bit of gaps. So there probably is a few more Mercer Spheres and stuff around here. Oh, here we go. We have connected up. Oh, that was silly. Oh. Cool. And then we'll send you that way, and we'll also come in this way. And then there's a big spire there that I should probably try and climb. And then there's more power lines over that way somewhere. Can I go up? I can. Good. Poison plants. How far up can I go? Up to there? Alright. That's not even clipping through anything. Good. Then up here. Oh, we've got some SAM and a purple power slug. But no Mercer Spheres. You're a pure SAM node as well, of course. I think I prefer the one that I found underneath things rather than having to go down from here. There's a wreck over there. I don't think I've been there yet. I also don't know how I'm going to get there, because I don't think this will reach. No, wire is too long. Come down here first, perhaps. Ah, good. Wire is not too long. And there's radiated dudes, of course. And then power lines over there. So we came close, but for whatever reason, didn't quite get there. Wire is too long. We'll go between. There we go. Sorted. Well, may as well grab everything. I wonder if there's a no radiation option when you're starting the game. What do you need? Team turbo motors. Well, I have some in storage at least. Somewhere? I think. Yeah, here we go. A no radiation option would be really nice. Mesospheres? None. Okay, I'm surprised. I honestly thought that there would be some mesospheres around here. Oh, I've been that way before. Oh, that's right. I remember coming part way around here, and then I ran out of cable, I think. Which happens an awful lot. I think there's some power lines. Yes, down the bottom here. Good. Let's try and find where... There we are. Where we can run them from up there and then around. Edge here. There's a lot of iron. It's be a very scenic place to have a base. But you definitely want a parachute. Wire's too long. Go there. And then from there, string it up and join on to there. Nice triangulation at that point. And then from here, we'll then go down here again if we can. Wire's too long. There. Well, that was an interesting sojourn. Didn't really deliver much, but let's go find my train. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we just missed it. Ah, yeah, I want to catch it going up because it'll be empty, so it won't be irradiated. That's a really good point. Because coming back, it's going to be full of radiation. Okay. Well, I guess we'll be waiting a little while then. You know what I should have done? Is when I was up the top there on the SAM node, is I should have just built a ton of foundations vertically. Because we do need to work on that for an achievement as well. We're all just trying to find achievements at this point. And then there's like building 5 kilometers of railway track, I think. Which I don't know if we then need to keep, or whether it counts if we make it and then remove it. But railway is pipes and... yeah, it's just steel. We don't need ladders anymore, so let's replace that. And then maybe we just run a huge line, but not actually use it. But we'll just, as if the railway was going all the way across through my base. Okay, train is now moving again. So it should be coming down the tracks with a full load. We'll probably catch a bit of radiation, even standing as far away as we are. Here it comes. Moves pretty quickly. Oh, no radiation. Alright. Handy. And then we're just going to stand on the tracks and see whether or not it counts getting run over by a vehicle. Here it comes. Embrace it. Hi.